Welcome. Scott here. Here is a quick boss guide for the upcoming World of Illusion Spiritus Ifrit event. This is the 6th Spiritus Summon Boards fight in Global that feature the Spiritus level difficulty. The featured units for the event banner are the returning Braska, Irvine, Trey, Ace, Kadaj and Lulu. Ace's FR and Braska's Burst will makes their debut along with their rework and FR Echo. We will be fighting the Blade Commander, which has 260 million HP. Throughout the fight, the Blade Commander will be accompanied by 2 magic blades that has 70 million HP each. They do not have any major resistances. To achieve the S grade in Spiritus Clear, you need to defeat the stage within 55 turns and heal at least 200k HP. Before I continue further, here is a small disclaimer clause for the video. The guide is written based on the time that the event was released for the Japanese version. Please do note that it is possible that the boss fight mechanics might differ when the actual event is released in Global. Before I continue on to the boss mechanics, let us talk a bit about the Spiritus score system. As you fulfill the milestones, you will get a grade. The ultimate reward of the stage is to get a grade S. For any Spiritus fight, you cannot bring any friend support for the fight. Now I proceed to talk about the key thresholds that you need to watch out for the fight. At the start of the fight, the boss will gain stats boost like other Shinryu or Lufania fight. Whenever both blades are destroyed, the Blade Commander can resummon them with Forge Blade. Using Forge Blade will result the Blade Commander reduces its HP by 5%. The boss will enter in runaway mode at the 89% HP threshold. Reaching this HP threshold mark will get you grade D. The runaway mode will cause the Blade Commander to emit a red aura. While the aura is active, the boss will apply a 10% max HP poison aura. The Blade Commander will exit this stance when the HP drops below 70% once it enters into calm down stance. When you reach 69% HP threshold, the Blade Commander will dismiss both blades and resummon them again with Forge Blade. It will gain the green aura where it will gain 10% HP regen, 400k Brave Shield, lowers your party initial Brave and max Brave by 400%. Your party is also unable to gain Brave. During this phase, the Blade Commander and blades will use the plus variant of their abilities. If the Blade Commander is targeting a unit whose HP is at 30% and below, it will use Scorch, which dispel buffs and inflict a 2-turn framed paralysis debuff. The Blade Commander will warp its turn whenever your party uses an instant turn ability. To defuse the aura, you need to inflict Trap Brave damage on the boss. I will discuss more on this when I am going through the boss guide proper. Upon successfully cancel the green aura, the boss will give your Spiritus reward where it will reduce its own HP by 20%. You will get grade C once the Blade Commander's HP drop to 59%. When its HP has dropped to the 49% HP threshold, the Blade Commander enters a stance where it gains a blue aura which inflicts 100% Brave sap effect off your unit's current Brave. You will get grade B once you deplete the boss HP to 40%. When the Blade Commander HP is at 39% and 19%, it will use Directed Magic Sword to attack. Both magic swords will use Slash Aura and they will dismiss themselves after the attack. The Blade Commander will use Forge Blade to resummon them. Be mindful of the blade's HP when you trigger these thresholds. If they use the plus variant of Slash Aura, it means one of your units will get KO'd. Clearing the fight at turn 55 and below with an accumulated total healing of 50k will get you grade A. Clearing the fight at turn 55 and below with an accumulated total healing of 200k will get you grade S. Now I have given you an overview of the Spiritus fight and grade score, let us proceed with the guides proper. As we are no longer have Lufania Plus fights, the boss guide will be focused primarily on Shinryu fights. In Shinryu, you need to understand the effects gained by the boss as the force gauge build up, its force ability and its force time effect. If your party has low force levels, it is highly certain that the boss force gauge will build up faster than yours. To have a better understanding on the basics of the force gauge mechanics and Shinryu fights, I have done a video explaining the mechanics. I have included the link to the video under the comments and video description for your quick reference. Throughout the fight, the boss force gauge charge rate will increase by 4% for every action that your party take and 2% for every action that the boss takes. The boss will also apply an field effect that reduces your party attack, brave damage, and HP damage by 100%. When the boss force gauge is at 50% and above, the Blade Commander will activate granted buffs which will grant the boss party 3 framed buffs for 5 turns. They are attack plus 100%, defense plus 100%, and speed plus 30%. When the boss force gauge is at 80% and above, the Blade Commander will activate granted buffs again, which grant the same set of buffs that I have mentioned earlier. When the force gauge is filled to the max, the Blade Commander will use its force ability, Tail Blade Plus. Tail Blade Plus will consume all your party brave, increase the boss party brave by the consumed brave, and deals a HP attack that reduces all your party HP to 10% of their current HP. This attack does not ignore effects that resist or nullify HP damage. Upon using the force ability, the boss will enter into its force time where the gauge will start to emit a red hue with a counter of 20 on its gauge. While its force time is active, the boss will gain the following enhancements. The boss will recover 100% HP damage received. The Blade Commander will use Turn Plus Plus during the force time. Turn Plus Plus is a AoE melee brave plus HP attack that trigger twice which ignore brave and HP nullification. Your party will not survive it unless you can evade the attack or you have means to prevent it from gaining brave. To deal the force weakness which cancel the enemy's force time, you need to use a magic fire force ability that recovers HP. Healing effect from spheres, buffs, or passives will not meet the condition. Currently, only Braska FR meets the conditions. Before I going through the key boss threshold mechanics, let us cover the boss basic mechanics first. Like other Spiritus fight, the boss will activate its aura at the start the fight. Throughout the fight, whenever both blades are destroyed, the Blade Commander can resummon them back with Forge Blade. Forge Blade will restore both blade HP to max while draining the Blade Commander HP by 5% or reducing it by 13 million. Unlike most Tyrant setting fights, the blades for this fight have higher HP pool than the ones that we have faced previously. Okay, let us proceed with the aura mechanics. When the Blade Commander HP drop to 89% HP threshold, the boss will gain a red aura where it will apply a 10% max HP poison aura effect. Make sure you have constant healing throughout process via burst healing or HP regen buffs or auras. The Blade Commander will remove the aura once its HP drop to below 70%. You will see the prompt calm down when you meet the requirements. Once the Blade Commander's HP has dropped below the 69% HP threshold, this is where the things started to get a bit interesting. It will dismiss both blades and resummon them again with Forge Blade. The Blade Commander will gain a green aura and enter its absorb stance. While the aura is active, the boss will gain 10% HP regen and activates 500k Brave Shield for itself. It will also activate field effect that lowers your party initial and max brave by 400% and your party will not be able to gain any brave. While the aura is active, the following things will happen. 1. The boss party will use the plus variant of their abilities. 2. The Blade Commander will use Scorch, a single target dispels buff brave attack that inflicts 2 turn paralysis if the target unit has less than 30% of their own max HP. 3. The Blade Commander will warp its turn forward when your party uses an instant turn ability. For the attacks, I will cover more details about when I am going through the boss party moveset. To cancel the green aura, you just need to deal brave damage to the enemy with a trap attack. On the right side of the screen, I have listed down the available options. There are 3 types of traps effect which I will briefly go through them now. 1. Ace and Sice are the MVP trap debuffers for the fight as their traps will trigger whether it is during your party turn or boss turns. So, you can do boss no turns run if you have used their trap debuff. Their LDCA also applies their trap debuffs. 2. The second one is the standard trap debuffs that we have gotten accustomed to. These traps will trigger upon when the enemy acts. However, please do be mindful the boss could dismiss and resummon the blades, so it is important to know the timing on when to apply the traps debuff so you maximize the effects. 3. The last one is field effect trap attacks. They are Ferris Whirlpool Mechanic, Jegran Field Traps debuffs, and Trey's Raining Arrow. Both Ace and Garnet BT Expiration Attack are also deemed as trap mechanics. I will not recommend you rely on them since it is pretty challenging to time them at the right timing. My friend, Mspro2, a fellow content creator has played JP, has tested that preemptive strikes triggers like Core Link Strike before the boss acts also works to cancel the aura. Please do note that counter mechanics or field effect follow-up mechanics like Garnet's LD lasers, or Vivi's Ember of Darkness triggers will not remove the aura. But they could work if the boss acts though. As the green aura forces a lot of crippling effects, it is your best interest to remove it. Operating at low max Brave and unable to gain Brave will hinder your party's ability to clear the fight within the required 55 turns requirement. Plus, there are added advantages to cancel the green aura. Upon triggering the trap effect, the boss will deactivate the aura and goes into calm down mode and you will trigger Well Done, your reward, where the Blade Commander will reduces its HP by 20% of its max HP, which will make your job of killing off the boss easier. When boss HP drop to the 49% HP threshold, the boss enters a stance where you see the following prompt: preparing to direct magic sword to attack. It will gain a blue aura where it will apply a Brave Sap field effect that sap your party Brave by 100% of their current Brave. The stance will not trigger if you go past the HP threshold while your party is in the summon or burst phase. But the stance will be applied once you exit out of the phase if the boss is not dead. When the Blade Commander HP drops to 39% and 19%, it will issue a command-directed magic sword to attack. The magic sword will use /aura to attack and dismiss itself after the attack. The Blade Commander will resummon them with Forge Blade after the attacks are triggered. The variant of /aura will depend on the individual blade's current HP. If the blade has less than 50% HP, it will use /aura, which is a single target Brave attack, while reducing the Blade Commander HP by 3.5 million and incapacitated itself after the attack. If the blade has 50% or more HP, it will use /aura plus, which will dispel buffs and KO the targeted unit. The attack trigger will not occur while you are in the summon or burst phase. As the current HP of the blades is vital to avoid the guaranteed KO attack of /aura plus, it is highly recommended that you save either your burst or summon phase to avoid the attacks. Just make sure you can finish off the fight within your summon or burst phase. Before I go with a quick recap of the entire fight, let us cover the boss party moveset. The Magic Blade has 70 million HP. They can be resummoned by the Blade Commander with Forge Blade. Generally, they will use Triple Cut, which is a single target melee Brave attack. If their Brave is high enough, they will use Vertical Slice HP attack. While the Blade Commander Green Aura is active, it will use Triple Cut Plus, which is a double single melee Brave attack that ignore Brave damage resistances. While in its normal stance, the Blade Commander will alternate between Blade Rain and Turn. If its Brave is high enough, it will use its single target Foot Stomp HP attack. Blade Rain is a single target ranged Brave attack. While the Green Aura is active, it will use Blade Rain Plus, which is single target ranged Brave attack executed twice with the Brave hits ignore Brave damage resistances. Turn is an AoE melee Brave attack. While the Green Aura is active, the Blade Commander will use Turn Plus instead, which is a reset break status, followed by an AoE melee Brave plus HP attack. The attack will ignore both Brave and HP damage nullification effects. While the Green Aura is active and there is a unit whose HP is below 30%, the boss will use Scorch, which will result the boss dispel the unit's buff, followed by a single target melee Brave attack, which also inflicts 2 turn framed paralysis debuff. It is your best interest to prevent the attack from trigger at all costs. As we have gone through the boss fight mechanics, let me recap with a summary of the key mechanics that you need to watch out for. The boss will activate the runaway mode when its HP drop to 89%, which will apply a 10% max HP poison aura. Just upkeep your healing with basic HP regen buffs or aura. If you upkeep your HP, you should not have much difficulty in surviving this phase. The boss will enter absorb phase where it dismisses both blades and resummon them back with Forge Blade. It will gain a green aura where it lowers your party initial and max brave and prevent your party from gaining brave. The boss will gain 10% max HP regen effect and 500k brave shield. While the green aura is active, the boss party will use the plus variant of their abilities. The Blade Commander could use Scorch if one of your party members' HP drop below 30%. The Blade Commander will also warp its turn whenever you use an instant ability. To cancel the green aura, you need to deal trap-based damage. Ace or Sice LDCA will allows you to do boss no turns run since the trap debuffs will also trigger on your party turns. For other trap debuffs, whether they are debuff based or field based, you need the boss turn to act to cancel. Preemptive strike mechanic like Core's Link Strike also works to cancel the aura. But it will only work when the boss acts. Upon cancelling the aura, the boss reduces its HP by 20%. When the blue aura is active, the Blade Commander will apply a 100% current Brave Sap field effect. It will direct the blades to use slash aura when its HP drop to 39% and 19% HP threshold. The variant of the slash aura depends on the blade's current HP. You need to avoid slash aura plus variant at all costs, which can be avoided if the blade's HP is below 50%. As the threshold attack does not trigger while in your summon or burst phase, save one of them so you can safely finish up the battle. To finish up the fight with grade S, you need clear the fight in 55 turns and heal at least 200k HP. So it is important to bring a healer support for the fight. The Dare to Defy variant will have a lower HP pool where the Blade Commander has 234 mil HP while the blades have 63 million HP. We should probably have a HP heal requirement like the Spiritus stage. I will update on this in my community post when the event goes live. Let us proceed with a quick overview of the featured FRBT unit for the event. Let us cover first on the returning FR unit, Braska. Braska has significant upgrade in his kit with more HP dumps and better auras. He is a force charger, so he needs max force enhancement boards if you plan to use him. His EX will grant free skills uses which allow you to use S1 to charge the gauge while provide the party with burst healing. For more tips on Braska, I would highly recommend you to check out the Tonberry Troop infographic page. Let us recap on Braska force ability. Upon using his force ability, your party will gain Brave, which equates to 50% of Braska max Brave, followed by 100% full HP heal and AoE magic fire Brave plus HP attack. Now let us cover on his FR conditions. 1. Use a fire ability will get you 30% HP damage bonus. Pair Braska with fire units or non-elemental units. If you bring other elemental units, you can bring true enchanter supports like Lulu and Neon BT Aura. If you have his BT, Braska also provides the party with fire enchant with his BT Aura. 2. You will get 40% HP damage bonus when your party takes the turn and your HP is at 100%. If you meet this condition, you can supercharge the gauge for 90% HP damage bonus. Braska has a lot of means of reliably healing back your party HP back to max HP. Braska FR has some nice utility in burst healing. The FR conditions should work in non-fire absorb or fights that does not feature HP poison effects. If the fight does not suit his FR phase, you can also use his FR as an echo. With his rework, Braska is a very reliable support. Let us cover on the other weapon gear, his burst weapon. His burst weapon is an AoE magic Brave plus HP attack. Like most BT Aura, It provides the standard auras like Brave gains up by 50%, Brave damage cap up by 20%, HP damage up by 20% and max Brave cap by 30%. The BT aura also provide the party fire enchant. While his BT aura is active, Braska will gain Jet Beam follow-up attacks after he initiates an attack command. Jet Beam is a 3 times AoE Brave plus HP damage full HP dump attack that inflicts 6 turn fire imperil debuff. So, is Braska viable without his BT? Braska can still meet the role of basic charger with his base kit if you have his S1 and EX weapon passive and provided you have given him max enhancement boards as well. If you want to use him in endgame content or doing White Crystal quest runs, it is highly recommended to get his BT. His rework has made him one of the best supports and his damage is also pretty decent. Let us proceed to the other featured FRBT unit, Ace. Ace has returned with a nifty rework and his BT expiration attack has become a big nuke attack. He has more trap uses which help to improve his longevity and his traps mechanic will make him one of the best off-turn damage dealers. If you are not familiar with Ace mechanics, I will suggest you to check out the Tonberry Troop website for his infographic page and how his trap mechanic works. Let us cover on his FR ability first. His FR is an AoE Magic Brave plus HP attack that applies one whole card trap debuff. The whole card trap debuff will flip to Blind Stud trap debuff when you use his HP, Blind Stud turn, LD or the boss taken action. Blind Stud debuffs will trigger his trap debuff attacks when an action is taken on the battlefield until the debuff duration expired. Let us looking into his force time conditions. 1. Use a magic ability will give you 5% HP damage bonus. As long as his debuffs are active, Ace's trap debuffs mechanics will meet 5% every time whenever an ally or enemy takes an action. Ace has more trap debuffs application uses with 4 LD uses. 2. While having a stage-based buff or special effect buff active you will get 40% HP damage bonus. Just pair Ace with magic units and overhead buff or stacking buff will allow you to take advantage of these conditions. If units that do not have a stacking buff, you can use Radia LDCA to meet the conditions easily. You can abuse this with supercharging strategy which will get you 90% HP damage bonus. To ensure you are still doing damage while spamming supercharging, try to do it while Ace debuff traps are running in the background. In my opinion, this is a very generic off-turn FR. You can spike up the HP damage bonus with supercharging strategies by pairing Ace with a supercharger. It helps that most of the supercharger supports are mainly magic so they will meet both conditions easily. Just ensure that you constantly reapply his traps to abuse the off-turn damage. His BT aura has been reworked with stronger auras and a stronger BT expiration attack. Like most BT auras, Ace will provide the standard auras like Max Brave Up, Attack Up, Stolen Brave Overflow, HP Damage Up and Max Brave Cap. Ace can upgrade the BT aura stacks by taking actions. You can see the effect of the upgraded stacks on the table that is shown on the screen. His BT expiration attack is an AoE Brave plus HP with 10 HP dump that does not consume Brave. Try to time the trigger upon when your force time HP damage bonus is high. As a damage dealer, Ace needs his BT aura to supplement his damage potencies. Throw weapon units are limited now, so it might be hard to justify to invest in a throw ultima weapon now. But do keep in mind that there will be stronger ones coming in the following months like Setzer, Fujin, and Sisnei. We have come to the last slide of the guide. For every Spiritus fight, there are ticket challenge mission. For the Ifrit Spiritus event, the 3 challenges are: 1. Ticket challenge 1. Bring a team that consists of green, yellow, or white crystal units. 2. Ticket challenge 2. Bring a team that consists of throw, gun, or rod weapon users. 3. Ticket challenge 3. Bring a team that is from one of the 3 following series: Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy Type 0. On the screen you can see a table showing the list units that you can consider for the challenge. Do not worry too much if you are unable to clear it when the event is released. You can still get enough Spiritus keys to claim all treasures in the stage by clearing other missions. Here are 2 sample team comps that meet all requirements is Ace, Braska, and Yuna or Ace, Braska and Kadaj. With this, I have come to the end of my boss guide presentation. Hopefully you find it useful. If you like the video, please give a like. Please subscribe to my channel for future gaming content. Good luck for the fight in the coming days. Bye.